Today we are back with another microgreen nutrient test, this time using two products from General Hydroponics, FloraGro and MaxiGro. We're going to be testing out this grow on Swiss Chard Microgreens, so stay tuned for the experiment. Okay, we are back with some more hydroponic nutrient tests, and I'm really excited because we're going to be putting two products from the exact same company, General Hydroponics, against each other. Now, MaxiGro is a product that I used a lot in the past, growing adult crops, and honestly, I really enjoyed the growth that we got out of it. We always got really exceptional tasting produce, but this was mainly when we were growing adult crops. Like I stated, we were growing things like collards, kales, and things like that, and it did provide us with some really healthy and happy looking harvest. Now, FloraGro is something that's new in our space, and on our last test, we tested this out with a microgreen, and what we found is that it didn't really give us much of a boost at all using the application rate that they suggested for cuttings and seedlings, which was 1/4 teaspoon per gallon. I think that this was just way too mild of an application rate for this product, and so what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be greatly bumping up how much product we're going to be using for this FloraGro, and we're going to be comparing it against MaxiGro, which I know gives us some really solid growth in this space. Now, in my last video on FloraGro, I said that General Hydroponics is owned by Monsanto, and that's actually incorrect. That's a rumor that went around about 5 years ago, and I kind of got tied in because there's a lot of stuff on Google about it. Really what it is General Hydroponics is owned by Hawthorne Gardening Company, which is a subsidiary of Scotts Miracle-Gro, which is in partnership and in licensing agreements with Monsanto. So it has exclusive licensing agreements with Monsanto, but it is not in fact owned by that company. So I just wanted to clear that up because there were some people who were a little, harsh about it, and I completely understand. It was a rumor, and yes, I totally agree that I should be correct on what I'm saying about that. So now let's quickly talk about FloraGro a little bit more in detail, because also on the last video there was a lot of controversy on that last video. So people were like, oh my gosh, you used this product incorrectly, you didn't use it in a 3-part mix, of course it's not going to work, and things like this. And that is actually incorrect. You do not have to use FloraGro with its sister products. So FloraGro is one part of a 3-part lineup. So there's FloraGro, Flora Bloom, and Flora Micro. And FloraGro is as I said, the grow part of this formula. And it says FloraGro 216 provides nutrients for structural and foliar growth. That is exactly what we're trying to do with microgreens. We are only growing this for a very short period of time. We're not sending anything to a flowering stage. So there is no need for the bloom part of the formula. People were also saying that you didn't read the directions. It says use it in a 3-part mix. On the label, it encourages you to use a 3-part mix, and that is because they are catering towards adult crops. They're expecting that people that use this product are going to be growing full adult crops and not microgreens. And the reason I'm not using the micro is because our water actually is filtered water. It's not reverse osmosis, and it's not distilled water, so it's not stripped of minerals. Our water actually has about 340 ppm or parts per million of minerals within it. So I don't think that there's really a need for micro. I've never used it in my space, and we've always gotten away with just using the grow part of formula. So I just want to quickly clear that up. Again, this product encourages you to use all 3 parts. And that's kind of a sales tactic in a sense, because instead of selling one $26 bottle, they're now selling you $100 worth of product so that you can use all their lineup and become more invested in this product. So again, you do not have to use, for microgreens, all 3 parts. You can get away with just using the grow part of the formula, and I'll show you exactly that in this test. So now let's quickly talk about this crop and what we're going to be doing for this test. So I've seeded 4 trays here with 13 grams of ruby red Swiss chard per tray. This has gone through a 3-day germination period, which breaks down to 2 days with weight on top and 1 day of blackout to stretch out the crop a little bit. And this is the current state that you guys are seeing this. So if you guys aren't sure how to grow Swiss chard, be sure to go ahead and check out our video on how to grow Swiss chard, because you will notice there are no seed holes on top of this. And that is one of the most challenging things with beets and Swiss chards, is getting those seed holes to break free of the cotyledons and actually allow the plants to grow. And Mandy did a great job doing a full walkthrough on that, so be sure to check out that video. So now let's actually talk about the nutrients and what we have done with each one. Our water currently through our filter comes out of the tap at 340 ppm. So what I have done is I actually mixed, 2 tablespoons per gallon. So again, last time we tried this product out, we tried out 1/4 teaspoon per gallon And what I've done now is I'm actually right between this mild vegetative growth and this aggressive vegetative growth. I've chosen to do 2 teaspoons per gallon of this product in the water reservoir. And what that did is it actually added 330 parts per million to the water. And I say that because MaxiGro added a lot more. So the total ppm for the water on the FloraGro side is 670 ppm, and the water was pH balanced to 6.0. As for the MaxiGro side, I added per its suggested ratio here, it says 1 to 2 teaspoons per gallon of fresh water. I chose to do 1 teaspoon on the lower end because we're growing microgreens and not full adult crops, and you don't really want to burn these too quick. So what I have done is, again, I did 1 teaspoon per gallon, and again, we started at 340 ppm, and that added 590 ppm to the reservoir, which gives us a total of 930 parts per million for the reservoir on the MaxiGro side. So again, FloraGro is at 670 ppm and the MaxiGro is at 930 ppm. And both of these reservoirs were pH balanced to the 6.0 range. So I'm going to begin actually adding these nutrients because these have actually now been in the light for 1 day. And whenever we introduce a plant into the light, that's when we begin adding nutrients. Swiss chard is one of those crops though that doesn't grow super aggressively like a broccoli or a pea or a radish, or those bigger crops that can really suck up nutrients, and it really makes a difference. So I'm really excited to see if we can get some big differences between these 2 crops. I'm going to get these put into the lights, add their specific nutrients to them, and I will see you guys over the next few days for some updates, and hopefully we get some pretty awesome results out of this grow trial. So I'll see you guys soon. Okay, we are on day 7 of this experiment, which means that these have now been receiving nutrients for 4 full days. And as you can see with Swiss chard, they just don't grow very aggressively and very tall, but we are seeing a lot of growth nonetheless. So as for the height on all of these, it is very, very close, but I do feel like the FloraGro on this side is just slightly below the MaxiGro on this side over here. So that's exciting that we are seeing a difference. And this crop is just getting incredibly gorgeous. I love, love, love Swiss chard. It has, I mean, just look underneath those stems or the cotyledons. You get beautiful coloration on the stems and everything. So this is gonna be a gorgeous harvest. And I'm really excited to see also too how this is going to potentially affect the flavor of these crops. So that's about it for today. We're probably going to have about maybe 2-3 more days of growth on this because we are beginning to see the little beginnings of like a true leaf. I found it somewhere, and right now I have no idea where that was. So what we'll be doing is probably harvesting this in about 3 or so days. So you see you guys again in another few days for another update. All right, we are on day 12 of this FloraGro versus MaxiGro experiment for these Swiss chard microgreens. And this crop is looking extremely awesome. Over the past few days, we've seen some actually stellar growth coming out of this MaxiGro, so I think that it may have the lead in this competition. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go ahead and take a look at both of these side by side and see what it looks like at first glance. So if you'll come over here, let's take a look starting over on the FloraGro side. The height on these crops is really great. The coloration on the cotyledons is really nice and pretty. I'm very happy with the greens on it. The stems are very, very beautiful on these. And we're seeing some really nice coloration underneath these cotyledons. Overall, I'm very happy with this. These are getting to the point where they're so tall that they're beginning to fall over, so it definitely is time to harvest these. Now on over to our MaxiGro. I noticed about 4 days into this grow, these guys were beginning to take the lead on this, and you can see how much taller these are actually getting. It's kind of hard to tell with Swiss because they do tend to fall over quite a bit, but these are quite a bit ahead from what I can see at first glance. As for the coloration on the cotyledons, I'm very happy. We have some nice greens. And I'm actually seeing what appears to be much darker reds and purples underneath these cotyledons, which looks like extremely healthy growth. So again, at first glance, it appears like the MaxiGro is going to be the winner on this experiment for harvest weight, but we will find out here in just a moment once I've harvested all 4 of these trays. So before I get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button because it really does help out our YouTube channel. And if you would, also please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in videos like this. We do lots of experiments seeing how we can affect the growth, appearance, and taste of microgreens. And we like to teach people how to grow these beautiful crops. I'm gonna go ahead and get into harvesting all these guys. I will see you in just a moment, and I'll put in a nice little chill song for you guys to enjoy while I get through this harvest. finished harvesting all 4 of the trays, and the weights were a lot closer than I thought they were going to be. So let's go ahead and start on the FloraGro side. So these 2 trays right here were our FloraGro. Starting with our first tray, which got a little chaotic whenever I pulled it out of the bag. We had a harvest weight of 97 grams. As for the second tray, we had a harvest weight of 108 grams. As for the MaxiGro side, the first tray had a harvest weight of 94 grams, and the second tray had a harvest weight of 121 grams. That means for our FloraGro group, our average was 102.5 grams, and our MaxiGro was 107.5 grams. The winner of overall harvest weight is the MaxiGro side. So let's go ahead and talk about the appearance. Swiss chard is one of those crops that is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, what I need to do first before I get a little carried away, if you'll take a look, I need to turn off this blurple light so that way we're not casting some extra reds and purples onto these. So Swiss chard is one of those crops that is just absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's one of the most photogenic, and really personally I love the stem coloration and cotyledon colors. It's like those greens and those reds and those purples, and it's just gorgeous. Starting over on our FloraGro side. So like I said, this first tray, whenever I went to pull out the microgreens from the bag, they just kind of got like really crumbled together and chaotic, so they're not the most gorgeous, but don't hold it against them. They're still really pretty crop. We have beautiful red stem coloration. Underneath those cotyledons, we have some really nice, if I can get them to separate, some really nice reds and purples, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Same with the second group. This one, as you can see, is a lot more organized looking, and it's a lot prettier. The stems are just like a really nice deep red. We do have a little bit of that red color underneath the cotyledons, but I feel like it is actually less than what we see over here on our MaxiGro side. If you look underneath these cotyledons, we got some really dark reds and purples, and I am very happy with how these 2 trays on the MaxiGro side look. They're just absolutely stunning. The reds feel like they might be a little bit darker in the stems than the FloraGro, because I'm definitely noticing in this first tray on the FloraGro, those look pretty faint with their reds, versus like right here, I mean, that's a thick stem. It is juicy looking, it is red looking. That's a really good looking stem and overall growth on these MaxiGro. I'm also noticing on the MaxiGro side, we had some pretty developed true leaves. So now the 2 leaves on the outside, the first ones that appear, these are your cotyledons, and these are your true leaves right here. And it looks really gorgeous. I'm very happy with how this looks. Okay, we need to choose an overall winner for the appearance on this crop. I think it's pretty obvious which one I'm going to choose. I'm choosing the MaxiGro side because these are just absolutely stunning. I love the stem thickness, and especially you can see on some of these, I mean, just the deep reds that you see out of these is absolutely gorgeous, and coupled with the purple magenta underneath those cotyledons, it is stunning. So all the way MaxiGro on the winner for the appearance of this test. Now what I need to do is do a blind taste test. First, before I do that though, I'm going to cut off the bottom of these stems just a little bit, so that way I can't tell which group is which, because I can tell which one has a little bit longer stem, and then mentally I know which ones I put down, so it just creates a little bit of bias. So I'm gonna chop off the stems, try to get this all even, put on a blindfold, and I'll see you guys in just a second to start munching in the dark. I'm going into the darkness. I will see you guys on the other side. Please feed me the first group. I am really excited because Swiss chard, I love Swiss chard. Very crunchy, got very fresh tasting, almost beet flavor. I always joke and say it tastes like the color red, because I feel like a lot of things that are red and coloration and crops kind of just have a similar taste. So I say it tastes like red. Okay, very happy with that. Very pungent flavor, very fresh, very crunchy, juicy, but it also disappears nicely. I think that was great. Okay, taste test number 2. It was a little bit softer than the first group. I feel like that was maybe the far right tray, the FloraGro perhaps. Really nice flavor, wasn't as crunchy, still very juicy, not as pungent flavor, but it was still quite nice. I mean, I still am very happy with that product. down the chute. A little bit crunchier. So kind of like the last one I just tasted. So 2 and 3 felt very similar in their texture. The flavor is nice though. That is a good flavor to it. It feels a little bit more pungent than number 2. Hint of bitterness towards the end though. Do like it overall though. Swish, 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 baby. And the final taste test. I'm so glad that we grew a healthy crop and there's no seed holes in this, because blind taste testing Swiss chard is kind of asking for disaster if you didn't get all your seed holes off. That one, just like group 1, very crungent. That crungent, new word, crunchy and pungent. No bitterness, very strong flavor, very crunchy, very juicy. I feel like groups 1 and 4 were the same and 2 and 3 were the same. My favorites are 1 and 4 for flavor overall. Back into the light. Ta-da-da! Was I correct? Yep. Did I really nail it for all the groups?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm assuming, well, here, you show me the order.
Okay, so I started with this one.
Okay, so it was, yep.
4.
Yep, so that's what I thought. So groups 2 and 3 were the FloraGro, and groups 1 and 4 were the MaxiGro. So I noticed, I think it was just like the very crunchy stems is what really gave it away for the MaxiGro, being, for me to realize that it was a MaxiGro, because I saw how thick those stems were whenever I was harvesting them, and also whenever I was taking a glance at the appearance. I think that it just really gave it away. Whenever I started chewing, I was like, man, that feels thick, that feels healthy, that feels super juicy and crunchy. And the cool thing is I tasted zero bitterness on either one of those. Whereas I did taste a pretty pungent bitterness on this FloraGro group. I think it was the number 3, I think I said. I can't remember.
So
I think it was number 3, because number 2 was just soft. Yeah, number 2 was just soft.
3.
And then number 3. Was number 2 this one?
Let me recap.
Overall winner for flavor, MaxiGro. So far, I think it's very obvious who the overall winner for this experiment is going to be, but let's go ahead and recap. Winner for overall harvest weight was the MaxiGro. It beat it by 5 grams, I believe. I think it was 107 and 102 for the averages, something like that. So MaxiGro was the winner in overall harvest weight, which was awesome. The winner for overall appearance, again, I chose the MaxiGro. It had those beautiful red stems, that deep coloration underneath the cotyledons, and a great grain on top of the cotyledons. So the overall winner of appearance was the MaxiGro as well, and the flavor in our blind taste test was the MaxiGro. There was zero bitterness, very crunchy product, very healthy tasting, and I'm really actually excited to put this on some wraps, some tikka masalas, all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna have a killer lunch today, and I'm really stoked about that. I couldn't even say killer lunch because it's like it almost bleeds red in the stems. I don't know if you guys caught that whenever I was harvesting, but if you squish these guys, hold on, I'm getting like, this is my ADD kicking in. If you'll come over here, Mandy, look, if we squeeze this, look how it's like blood. I mean, it makes me sad to do that. I can't waste it. That is it for this experiment. I've used this product in the past. I used to grow adult collards, like I said in the beginning, kales, flowers. Actually, I grew with this as well. Tomatoes, squash, the cucumbers, the list kind of goes on and on. I grew a lot of adult crops with this, and I've always had good results with it. So it's something that personally I really do like. Now it's not organic, and I don't know how people get really concerned about the safety of non-organic ones, but I've been eating a product from it for a while, and I really do think it does taste good. It tastes healthy to me. I eat a lot of organic products in here, comparing them, and I don't really taste any difference, though I don't know what the effects long-term could be. But overall, I really do enjoy this product. That is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I will be doing more tests like this, and oh, I forgot to talk about the cost between these trays. So let's quickly talk about the cost for each one of these grows. Now for the MaxiGro, here's where it got actually a little exciting as well. So for the FloraGro, it costs us 32 cents extra per tray to add this FloraGro to those. For the MaxiGro, it only costed us 22 cents extra per tray. So we saved 10 cents per tray by using this. We got better yields, better harvest, better appearance, better everything. So again, overall complete winner, MaxiGro. That is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I love doing stuff like this, so stick around for more like it. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, give us a thumbs down. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below, and we'd love to get those answered for you as soon as we possibly can. We are getting a lot of comments every single day on all of our videos, so it's kind of tough to keep up with it, but people, we're trying here. As for our Facebook and our Instagram, they are both at On The Grow Farms, and our website is www.onthegrow.net. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and keep on believing.